And welcome back, and we're on to the 26th of Jan, and it's the Further Maths 5 a day, and we've got 3 questions again today, so let's jump to the first one. All right, so it looks like we've got some matrix multiplication. So obviously part of the skill here is to know that BA means that order, so you're doing B times A, so B on the left and A on the right. And that matters because matrix multiplication you do in a certain order. So I think it's row times column. So you'll get it back to front if you write it the wrong way around. Then look, let's do the steps in between. So I'm going to do the row times the column in the right. So it's 9 times minus 4, which is minus 36. Minus 1 times 2, which is minus 2. Then I'm going to do top row times the right column. So 9 times 1 is 9, and minus 1 times 3 is minus 3. Bottom row and left column, so that's going to be 4 plus 0, and bottom row and right column, so that's going to be minus 1 plus 0. And let's add all those numbers up and combine, and we have minus 38, 4, 6, and minus 1. And that is my answer for that question. Good question. Nice skill to have, by the way. Help you with not A-level maths, but further maths if you do further maths at A-level. Next question, what do we have? So the diagram shows a circle with the equation as given with a tangent at the point. What is the equation, the tangent? Okay, it's a good question. So this is similar to GCSE, except now my centre is not the origin. So now I need to do everything shifted over by a bit. So the first thing I'm going to need is I'm going to need the centre, which is 9, 8. And I've got that from the negative of this and the negative of this number here. Then what I need is I need a gradient of the radius to get me from the centre to the point where I'm measuring my tangent. So in other words, I'm going from 8 to 11. So let's write this down. So the gradient of the radius is from 8 to 11, which is 3, divided by 9 to 8, which is minus 1, which means the gradient of my radius is minus 3, which means the gradient of my tangent is going to be plus a third. Now, quick aside, if I draw my tangent on, you can see, well, you can't see the gradient, but you can see it's definitely a positive number. So I've definitely got at least that bit right. Then I'm going to use the y minus y1 method because frankly, it's better and quicker, and it's definitely one of these you should learn how to use. So I'm going to say y minus, now this is the point I'm using. So y minus 11 equals a third x minus 8. Expand this, so y equals a third x minus 8 over 3 minus, I'm going to move the 11 to the side, so it's plus 11, and I'm going to change that to thirds, so that's going to be 33 over 3, which means that y equals a third x. 8 minus 8 plus 33 is 25, so that's going to be third x plus 25 over 3. So to be clear, there are quite a few ways of writing the answer. The question doesn't say a particular method. You could have written it as 3y and 1x and rearranged the 3's, but this is the way I'm going to present it. Next question and final question. Y equals f of x has 2 stationary points, so it means I've probably got a cubic, doesn't it? The stationary points are minimum at 3 minus 2. Well, before I do, let's read the whole question. Maximum at E, B, C, where B is between 3 and 0 and 2 and 0. Okay, all right. So again, it doesn't matter about scale here. It matters about what you present. So this is my point D, which is going to be at 3 minus 2. So there's my point D, and let's label that D. And my point E has a value of x value that's between 0 and 3. So let's say it's here. And it has a y value between minus 2 and 0. So let's say it's here, so the 0 doesn't get in the way. So this is C, and this is B. And then all he wants to do is sketch the curve. So I'm going to sketch the curve, label D and E, and I need to have a nice cubic which comes up. This is a local maximum, this is a local minimum, and then it carries on to be my cubic up there. And that's today done. Again, nice mix of questions today. As ever, any comments below, anything you've done slightly differently or any questions, leave them below, and like, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one. Thanks all.